Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the hottest Tuesday night on the internet. Get ready to dive into the latest trends, juiciest gossip, and real talk that keeps it 100 every single time. This is Real Live with DC Hunni. We're bringing the heat, the laughs, and the moments you don't want to miss. It's time to go. Let's start the show.
Real Live Show. DC Hunni. Come on and chill for a while, it's gonna be lovely. It's the Real Live Show with DC Hunni. We push it forward, it's impossible to go back. And please know that the mentality is pro-black. Laughs and cheers in the atmosphere. Classic hits, the music you be glad to hear. From the old to the new, yeah, this show is for you. And everybody striving to grow and improve. We glad to be alive, raise your glasses to the sky. If your energy is negative, you have to say goodbye. Nothing sad or basic, we past the hating. Great imaginations, collaborating. The vibes all positive, this is a must. Multi-million-dollar ideas we build and discuss. Take a listen, you ain't gotta be socially distant. Even though we different, we all are gifted. With blessings overflowing, it's all love we showing. The party here will not stop and keep going. The queen is controlling all records to spin. Bet your money on her, she expected to win. She blends soft with the rugged, I swear you gotta love it. Verse from Mark Math and beat from Reggie Ruckus. Now that you tuning in, it's something you'll do again. Cause the music make you feel high, now it's getting real live.
That's right, it's time to get real live. Hey everyone, welcome to Real Live. We're so excited to have you with us tonight. Make sure that you lock us in, right? Share the broadcast, hit that share button and share it with the friends. Your friends are going to enjoy it just as much as you do, right? And make sure that you tap in with us inside that comment section. Hit that comment button. Share some love with us, right? And we'll share it back. You may see your comment pop up on the screen during the broadcast. So we're here to have fun, and we want you to have fun with us. We have a great show, as always, for you. We have an incredible show with two amazing interviews today. First, we're going to be talking to award-winning writer, director, and filmmaker Khaeem Yisrael. Then we're going to dive into the world of health and wellness, and we're going to talk with juicing expert and educator Clifford Sykes. So we have a jam-packed show for you guys tonight. So sit back, get comfortable, grab your favorite drink, your favorite snacks, and we're going to get started. But before we get into those interviews, let me introduce you to our fantastic co-hosts joining us. I'm talking about Mick Fabulous and the charming Miss Nancy C. How are you, ladies? How are you doing?
Hello. How you doing? How was your holiday?
Holiday was good. It was good. We attempted to go to the jazz festival down in Piedmont Park, but it just didn't pan out. We couldn't find parking, basically. Yeah. And we wasn't about that walk life. So
no.
But then we went back to the house and he fired up the grill and we had some good food. So yeah, it wasn't bad.
No, I just caught up on Force, which is part of 50 Cent's Power series. So I love all of his, productions. So I just caught up on all of that stuff.
Now, I'm not familiar with Force. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Force is with Tommy. Tommy was the sidekick for Ghost, the white guy.
Oh yeah, Tommy.
And he a tough guy. So yeah, I done seen Raising Kanan. I've seen all 3 seasons. So yeah, it's more gangster, / wannabe mafia, but yeah, I love all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so Force is Tommy's story when he left.
Yeah, Force is Tommy's story. But he's moving, but not his story from his childhood, but his story from once Ghost was killed. So he left New York and went to Chicago.
Right.
So he started his reign in Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, so
check that out. What about you? Let's tell us your weekend.
Relaxing. I relaxed. I had 2 days off, so that was my relaxation. I think I caught up on some sleep that I hadn't had in over a month.
You were working 7 days, right?
Huh?
You were working 7 days straight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to have
Yeah.
2 days off together was monumental for you.
Yes, God, that was
Yeah,
a vacation.
I know. I kept telling
Yeah,
y'all,
so
girls, sleep, sleep, go to sleep.
Yeah,
yeah,
when your body tell
so
you to rest.
Yeah.
yeah, so I did that. I cooked a little bit and just
Mhm.
chilled and watched some movies. And oh man, I've been continuously watching The Shy, so that's
Yeah.
good, you know.
Okay.
So that's really good. The Shy is, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
I've heard about that, and I have not watched it, but I'm gonna watch it.
Oh my God, watch it. I mean, it when I say it's good, it is really, really
Wow.
good. And it gives a lot of in depth on things that are happening today as well, you know, but
Mhm.
Mm.
it's a good show. And they're talking about mental health. And oh my gosh,
Mhm.
it you know, only until someone brings certain things to your attention is only when you start to observe some of the things or reflect and be like, wow, we all need that. You know, no matter how it goes, you know, people steer against mental health, thinking, oh, ain't
Mhm.
nothing wrong with me, but it's something wrong with all of us because no matter how we can suppress things, how we don't talk about things, how we
Mhm.
just shut down, but yet we mobilize through the universe, you know, like
Mhm.
robots in certain senses, you know. So
Yeah.
they're speaking on mental health and the importance of it. And I think that's something really, really good that we can uh I think we can embrace, and especially when you can find within your group, they were doing men's groups in circles where no matter
Mhm.
what the issue is, there's no judgment, there's nothing, but where you can be able to talk and know that what's there stays there and is between the circle. And I
Yeah.
think that is a beautiful thing, even when it comes to women, how we all have something to give. You know, we bid against each other, you know, you go through things, well, she's better than me, or the things that can
Yeah.
go through your head when we're all the same. We go through
Yeah.
everything, but we've learned how to put on faces where
Mm.
people don't think that we're weak. You don't want to say I'm weak in this area because it makes you seem like, oh, she's so weak. Oh, she can't do that. But we're all
Yeah.
each other's strength. And once we get to learn that and work together with that, I think we'll be a better unit.
All right. Well, The Shy sounds good. We got to check
Yeah.
that out. We got to check that
Yeah.
out. So everybody has a series. I have to get a series now.
Yeah. You have to.
Now I took your advice, Mick Fabulous, and I did watch all the Queen's Men. I watched whatever they had on demand or whatever. So I got the first two
Hmm.
seasons in. And at first,
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
this is a bit much, but I got into it. It's not bad. It's not
Yeah.
bad.
No, it's
Okay.
not. When you look at the storyline of it, you know, you have to keep watching and go in when it goes in depth of it,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know,
Yeah.
and why she is the way she is,
And I
you
enjoy
know.
certain scenes more than others, but I have to watch it when if I'm at home, so as not to offend anyone. I watch it.
That look, that's within the girl circle.
So
Within the
it
girl
was
circle.
interesting. It was an interesting production.
Mm, mm.
I recommend it, ladies.
All right. I'm
I
gonna watch that
know.
too.
That's why I did. That's why I did. Hello.
Hello. All right. We're going to bring our first guest on. I'm very excited to talk to this gentleman. Our next guest, he's a multifaceted, talented, talented brother whose journey is as inspiring as it is impressive. I'm talking about Khaeem Yisrael. He's an Atlanta-based filmmaker, writer, educator, director, and producer. He's also a former student of Fulton High School, Norfolk State University, and Troy University, where he honed his skills and earned a Bachelor of Science degree in psychology. Khaeem's diverse background includes being a musician, a songwriter, and a former athlete in both football and track. His creative roots run deep, with his father, William Hart, being a legendary soul singer from the Grammy Award-winning R&B group The Delphonics. In 1997, Khaeem founded Khaeem Entertainment as a recording studio and soon transitioned into filmmaking. So for the next 15 years, he immersed himself in all aspects of his craft, from film editing and cinematography to composing film music and sound engineering. His dedication culminated in 2017 with the creation of the first feature film, Marvelous, which can be seen on Tubi, and followed by The Marvelous South Side Crew, which was completed in the summer of 2021. We're going to be talking about both of those films in a minute. Well, we are thrilled to have this talented filmmaker with us tonight. Please welcome to the show, Khaeem Yisrael. How are you?
Hi. Hey, how are you? How's everyone?
So
good.
Yeah. Such an accomplished brother. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying. I'm still trying.
Well, you doing.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about growing up in Atlanta. How did your childhood and the community that you grew up in shape your creative vision, and how does it affect your storytelling, your style of storytelling?
Okay, well, first of all, I like to tell people Philadelphia made me, but Atlanta raised me. I came to Atlanta in 1977 from Philadelphia. Um, I lived in the Polar Rock community. Um, and I really had a lot of great relationships, friendships with a lot of really great people. I love my high school, Fulton High School. Evander Holyfield also went to that high school, the
Okay.
heavyweight champion of the world. I always tell people, 4-time heavyweight champion of the world. We had so many people come from our side of town, our neck of the woods, 112. Um, just different people, just different uh, athletes, and so everyone was doing a lot of creative things athletically. DJ Taz, he had the song "That's Right." We went to the same high school, lived in the same neighborhood, and so and just not in my neighborhood, just in South Atlanta in general. I mean, that whole era. I mean, if you didn't know the people directly, we all commingled together Jelly Beans or wherever, skating ring or wherever we were as kids, we were all doing the same thing. We were just really being creative at a very young age, which was highly unusual. I mean, promoting parties, DJing, dance offs, break dancing. They call it now yeek dancing, but I know back in those days, I don't even think they had a name for it. But Atlanta had their own hip hop form of dancing, and I made a movie about it called Marvelous South Side Crew. So everyone was just generally extremely creative, productive, and a lot of them went on to had a lot of my friends or people or peers during that time they went on and had great careers in the music industry and entertainment in general. Some became music moguls, music executives, Grammy Award winning artists, just so it was just a very, very thick creative vibe in South Atlanta at that time. And it had a dramatic influence, but I was an athlete, but I was watching everything all the time and absorbing everything. And I guess what I learned later in life, that's like the hallmark of a storyteller, is that they're constantly watching everything, you
Ah,
know.
Mm-hmm.
And so, little did I know that, one day I'd be telling all those stories
wow.
Mm.
in
And you
film.
were also influenced by your father's legacy as a member of the Delphonics. How
Mm.
did that inspire your interest in both music and filmmaking? Mhm.
Well, knowing who my father was coming up as a kid, my parents had a brief relationship, and I say that in relative to maybe my other siblings,
Okay.
um, before they parted ways and she moved to Atlanta. Um, just knowing who he was, him and his brother, they founded his brother Wilbur Hart and William Hart. They both founded the group, the Delphonics, and just knowing who they were, it just inspired me to want to just do my own thing. Almost like I don't know, I don't want to it's just a real passionate drive to want to do my own thing and just, individuate and just do me. And so I remember when I was a kid, I used to just wait. It used to be this, I don't know if you remember, it used to be this commercial that used to come on TV, and it was advertising the oldies but goodies songs. And then there's song
Mm-hmm.
Hey Love would come on for maybe 2 seconds.
Uh-huh.
And I would wait to hear those 2 seconds. And then I would just get so invigorated. And my friend and I,
Yeah.
uh, Well, he's a DJ. He's a DJ now. He's a DJ for Outkast, um, and producer for Outkast named DJ Cutmaster Swift. He and I, we used to DJ together and do music together and just really explore music, hip hop wise. And so whenever that would come on, I would just be ready to go. Whenever he came over, we would just, what are we going to do next? With DJing. So that would always motivate me. Just knowing who my father was and what they did, it was just quietly motivating me because I never talked about my dad to my friends ever.
Yeah.
I just kind of kept it to myself for years until I was an adult because I didn't want to be, how some people will maybe think that whatever you do in life is because of who your parent is, So I didn't want that.
Gotcha.
So I just, kept it to myself,
You wanted to stand on your own. You wanted people to see
your
talent. Yeah, I hear you.
Exactly.
Now, is that the commercial where the guy says, "No, my brother, you got to get your own"? Is it that one?
I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah. I mean, because the song "Hey Love" would come on for maybe 2 seconds, and that's all I would need was those 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'd be ready to go see my friend down the street and let's get with this hip hop, man. Let's do it.
Right. Okay. Now, you also studied psychology. Did that play into your approach to character development, storytelling in any kind of way?
Majorly. I love psychology. It's amazing. It's what I do every day. I'm an educator. I do general education and special education. So, actually finishing my master's right now in education and psychology. So it really applies to, a lot of children that I work with, the population of kids who have challenges. Now, when it comes to my filmmaking, it definitely helps me be able to really get into the character psyche and also just working with the actors themselves. It allows me to be able to direct them properly. It allows me to be able to really help them reach their potential, on screen.
Yeah.
And, one of my actors, Brian Earl from Marvelous, he's the main character who plays Alex.
Okay.
He won Best Actor at the Charlotte Black Film Festival in 2019. He won Best Actor for his portrayal as Alex, and so I like when stuff like that happens.
Sure.
And I have other actors like Christopher Sky. He's doing Law and Order. He's doing a lot of different things now. He played Rudy, the light skinned one.
Yeah.
So Chris is everywhere now, and I just like to know that I was a part of someone's growth process because I think that was Chris's first film, Marvelous.
Yeah.
So I just really, really appreciate being along his journey as well. And so my degree in psychology allows me to be able to interact with the actors, to be able to interpret the story and bring the best out of them.
Yeah. I love how Black filmmakers, independent filmmakers, to me, they always seem to circle around and use the same people. I've noticed that. Even on BET, I've noticed once you've made it into one, you're likely to pop up in 2 or 3 more. And I just love that about us. And I see that you've done the same with Marvelous. And then with the production that you're working on now. Is it Sweet Friday?
Yes. Well, this business is about relationships. I tell my actors that's equity. I mean, that's currency. I'm sorry. That's currency. Sure. And it's your relationships. Yeah.
Yeah. You have Naya Davis. We were just talking about her. She said, yes, we fix our brains. So shout out to Naya. Thanks for being in the house. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes. Yeah. That's one of my lead actors in Sweet Friday. Yes.
Yeah, I recognize the name. Yeah. We might as well talk about that. Let's talk about the Sweet Friday project now.
That's my...
Similar to Marvelous, but it's a girl group. Tell us the premise for that one.
Well, Sweet Fridays, I always wanted to do a girl group movie. That's just my, you understand, this is what I do. This is my genre. This is what I like. Some people make kung fu movies. Some people make action movies, but I really just like this genre. So it's my passion. And it's, I was born into this world. So, in music and entertainment. So I always wanted to do a project about a girl group, but I wanted to do it correctly because girl groups back in the day, they were glamorous, they were beautiful, they were everything. So I really had to pay attention to a lot of detail. So I said I can't mess this up. So Sweet Friday is about a girl group, three sisters. They come out of the church and they struggle with whether or not they're going to sing gospel or whether or not they're going to sing R&B. And of course, they become disco divas, you know, and they deal with those challenges, and the music is great. It's wonderful. I have some fabulous producers and writers and musicians that have really, really did a great job, with the music. I wrote a few cuts myself. Um,
Mm.
it's going to be great. This is going to be great. It's going to be my best work.
Yeah. Now I noticed with Marvelous, the music, you mentioned the music. Did you write a lot of that for
Yes,
them?
yes, I wrote a lot of it, and my one of my producers, Charles Brown. We had Keisha Jackson. We had DJ Cutmaster Swift. We had an assortment of different producers add to the soundtrack for Marvelous, and it came together well.
It really did. It really did. It gave a legitimacy to the movie to be able to hear
Oh,
that original music. Yeah. Yeah.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sophia says, "Nice, can't wait to see it." So
Oh yeah,
how can I wanted to ask how we could see the Marvelous South Side movie because I was
that
actually looking for it. I couldn't find it.
that one did great at the film festival. It
Ah,
exploded last in 2022 during the film festival circuit.
yeah,
San Francisco Black Film Festival, the Hip Hop Film Festival in
yeah.
New York. I mean, it just did great. So it's in distribution right now.
Okay.
So we got to wait a few months until it settles to where, what platforms it's going to be, but it's in distribution currently.
Okay. I'm excited. I'm waiting along with everyone else. How do you
Hmm.
think this second film differed from Marvelous as far as your progression in the
Well,
film?
progression wise, I'm really, really trying to, you always have things that you need to improve on. And I just want to improve upon my storytelling. And this is a part of the same universe because it's just my world. I'm telling stories that are inspired by the world that I grew up in, that a world that I'm a part of, have been a part of, either born into it or lived it here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And so Southside Crew is about me growing up here in Atlanta with friends, and many of those friends went on to have Grammy Award winning, Billboard chart typing careers, and I'm just telling that story about how a bunch of kids from Atlanta took over the whole city for over a decade and just did a lot of great things. And so
Yeah.
I'm really telling those stories in Southside Crew.
Yeah.
So yes.
Independent filmmaking has its unique challenges, I'm sure. But what do you view as the importance of making sure that we have independent films in today's industry?
Well, this is what I always tell people. I love independent film. I love being an independent filmmaker. I would do it. I love independent filmmaking. Um, it's different than the music industry. In the music industry, in my opinion, if you're independent, you really don't have a lot of clout. You're not really, well, I know in the past, it may be changing now, but in the past, you really didn't have a lot of clout. You had to wait until the almighty record deal came along to
Yeah.
be validated. But the film world is different. The film world is more a part of the entire movie industry. I mean, the independent film world is more a part of the industry itself, not something completely different. A lot of actors do their best creative work
Yeah.
doing independent film.
Yeah.
So independent film, in my opinion, plays a very crucial role in Hollywood in general
Sure.
because it's where you get a lot of your most creative work, where a lot of actors sharpen their skills, display their skills that have already been sharpened. So yeah, it's very crucial and important to
Yeah.
the film community.
You're a full-time educator. How in the world are you able to produce this caliber of filmmaking and be a full-time educator at the same time?
You know what? My mom always asks, "When do you sleep?"
Please wait.
I guess I'm blessed to be able to do two things that I really enjoy. I really enjoy being an educator, and I really love making films. So whenever you're doing things that you love or enjoy, it really doesn't feel like work. So I guess that's the answer. It doesn't feel like work, because if it started to feel like work,
Yeah.
I don't know if I could last. I would have to choose, and I probably will have to choose if things, got to be really, really, you start to expand a lot faster, but for right now, it's just what I love to do, both.
Yeah. Sophia had a great question from the audience. She said, how do you get funding for independent films? I think that's a great question.
I love this question. I fund everything myself. Ever since I've been in filmmaking, I do have a few people who at times will, give a few $1,000s here or there to try to help a project. But for the most part, every job that I ever, had, before I even became an educator, all that money just went into my filmmaking, because that's what I love to do.
Yeah.
So it's really not as expensive as you think. It's really where your priorities are.
Okay.
And so my priority has always been, I just really love telling these stories and making films. So I'm my own bank, so that's how.
Mark Kipp is in the house. He was our guest on Thursday. Good to see you. He says, absolutely, I agree. When you love what you do, it's not work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I get the energy.
I know Mick Fabulous had a question. Go ahead, Mick Fabulous.
For one, I wanted to find out, who else would you want to work with within your films? It's going to be two questions. Well, kind of one. Who would you want to work with more in your films? Do you rather work with students that's trying to become actors, or actors that's already established for your projects?
Great question. I really enjoy talented people, period. If they're already established, fine. If nobody ever heard of them before, if they're talented, and I think I get that from the music world, because in the music world, hey man, you could be singing at the train station. If you're that woman or that guy, it really doesn't matter. And so I kind of like that kind of translates in my thinking towards acting, is if you're really talented, I don't care if you're established or not, let's make it happen, because I just feel like new actors are needed, because sometimes you want to see fresh faces, you want to get new energy, and because the audience, and I also get this from the music side of my life as well, the audience can always connect with different energies and people and associate with different people. But if you keep seeing the same thing over and over again, it can become stale. So I like new, fresh faces that are really, really talented and committed to the work and the craft.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to quickly play the trailer to Marvelous for those who are not familiar with it. And then where can they see this? I know they can see it on Tubi. That's where I viewed it. Where else can they see Marvelous?
Amazon Prime. It's currently streaming on Amazon Prime, and it's also streaming on Tubi. Yeah. So those are the two places where it's streaming right now.
All right, check this out, you guys. And it was a wonderful film. I really enjoyed it. But this is Marvelous. This is the official trailer. Check it out.
Life. To be or not to be.
You think you gonna be some singer someday? With all the shysters and cutthroats they got up in that business? I'm over here starving.
And don't think I don't know about all your little side people you deal with from city to city.
I can't take no loss. Life is like a broken glass, shattered all the walls. Why don't you just show them that you can sing?
That was marvelous. That was marvelous. Hey, y'all hear what they playing on the radio?
Hey, Bill, they playing our song, man. You can hear it.
So, you ladies a singing group too?
No, we're sorority. You know, a group with all girls.
I know it's your first time, baby, don't be shy.
I don't want to go nowhere else unless I'm with you.
I can tell that you want.
You want us to sit up here and sing a song that ain't even finished yet?
Girl, I want you to know.
Marvelous forever, marvelous forever.
Well, marvelous forever. Let's go.
Right, that's Marvelous the movie. Make sure you check it out. Yeah. High quality, yeah.
I love the scene at the end when she said, "We're marvelous forever. Let's go." Oh, I love it.
Absolutely. You know, he was working them in that film, though. It reminded me of Uncle Brooke in New Edition. That scene.
Oh yeah.
He had them working. Yeah. All right, Miss Nancy C, go ahead.
Do you sing a little bit since your dad was a part of the Delphonics?
Well, yes, I always sung a little bit, but it was nothing that I was interested in doing for myself. You know, I had little groups and stuff when I was a kid and stuff, and we would do our thing. But I was more interested in being behind the scenes. I think the first time I really became really committed, I said I want to be behind the scenes. I have relatives that act, and I was with my cousin in New York when I was about 17 or 18, and she was acting on a soap opera called All My Children during that time, and she just took me along with her, and I went backstage, and I really wasn't interested in what she was doing. I was looking at, you know, the people behind the camera and the hairstylists and the people cooking the food, and all that was just the most amazing thing to me, was like what was going on behind the scenes. So I kind of put two and two together in my head that if I ever, you know, I think I might have caught the bug during that time too, yeah. But it was just something that I thought was so overwhelming that I was like, I don't know if I could ever do that, but if I did it, I wanted to be behind the scenes.
Yeah. Did you have a mentor, or you just kind of felt your way through everything?
A mentor? No, I never had a chance to have a mentor. What I did was I started off in Atlanta with a recording studio, and by happenstance, I ended up working with a young lady named Keisha Taylor, who went to the Atlanta Art Institute. And she was, you know, basically the catalyst for introducing me to their film students. And their film students would come by my studio because I just bought all this equipment, video equipment and stuff that I didn't know how to use. So I said, hey, I'll let you guys do your homework here and do your projects if you just teach me, you know, how to do whatever you're learning in school. And that was in 1999. So that really started. That's how I started learning.
Ah, smart. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't have a direct mentor, but I had individuals who went to those schools, and they were just teaching me and telling me what they were learning as they were learning it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Education. So Khaeem Entertainment started off, as you said, as a recording studio, and then it transitioned into film. What do you see as the future of Khaeem Entertainment? Is it going to make another shift, or is it just going to elevate into something else?
I really want to elevate Khaeem Entertainment as, you know, my short-term goal is to become one of the premier independent film production companies here in Atlanta. Yeah. Long-term, of course, you know, I definitely want to make Khaeem Entertainment a force, you know, within Black filmmaking in general.
Okay. Now, do you
I just keep on pushing.
I hear you. Now, do you need someone to come down and hold a light or cut some sandwiches?
Always. This is independent filmmaking. Yes.
Miss Nancy
Always.
and I, we're right here in Atlanta. We're available. I can hold a line.
Yes, for sure. I mean, we always have openings for people who want to be production assistants or wherever they can get in where they fit in. And we just have a great time on set. I love to have a great set.
Okay.
I was thinking, I'm like, now you here in Atlanta, and for the longest, who was it? Escape been trying to get somebody to produce their movie. You could have reached out to them.
Hey, tell them to hit me up. We crossed paths a few times in the past. They wouldn't remember, but I remember, when I used to manage R&B groups in Atlanta, so I would always put them on their shows or wherever they were. Yeah. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that'd be a good hookup. All Atlanta based. Mm-hmm.
Yes. If they need somebody to direct and produce their show, I'm the one. I'm definitely the one, because this Sweet Friday is about hit hard. I'm just letting everybody know that right now. It's about hit hard. Yes.
We're really excited about that. So that's a project that you're currently working on. It hasn't come out yet. Still in production. When do you anticipate it being out?
Well, my goal is to have everything wrapped by October. We've been at it for a long time, but I really wanted to focus a lot on making sure the music was authentic.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. I wanted to make sure that the music painted the musical landscape of the 70s during that time. And so we spent a lot of time on it. So October is my deadline to have everything wrapped, and we're going to be ready to go. We're going to hit the film festival circuit, and we're just going to hit the ground running. So this time next year, everything will be out, and it'll be just moving. Yes.
So the best thing for people to do if they want to get involved, if they want to be abreast of new releases, is to follow you. We have
they can follow me on Facebook. I usually connect with people a lot on Facebook. Instagram, not as much. I am on Instagram, but I usually have most of my connections on Facebook. So you can hit me up at Khaeem Film Director on Facebook.
Okay.
You can hit me, KhaeemEntertainmentFilms.com as well. That's my website. You can also get information on my upcoming events and premieres on KhaeemEntertainmentFilms.com, and also my Facebook page. Awesome. If you want a more interactive experience, definitely hit me up on my Facebook page.
Sounds good. And we'll be right here next year when you come back to say, hey, it's out.
Oh yeah, I want you guys to come out to my premiere in October.
Absolutely.
We have great events. Last year was a blast. We had the Khaeem Entertainment Film Awards, Black Masquerade, festival.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it was great.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was nice. So we're gonna do it again, and we're gonna premiere Sweet Friday. So I want you all to come out.
Absolutely.
Do the red carpet with us, the whole nine. So we just got to stay in contact.
Hey, if you need to do interviews on the red carpet, let me know.
I'm letting you know right now.
Okay.
Let's run it.
Out the house, I don't go nowhere. I'll put that on my Okay, we have a question before you go. I do want to get this on. Sophia Johnson says, where do you post for background actors?
I usually post on backstage.com, but I also post on my Facebook page. So most people that I end up working with in a really long-term way, they usually find me on Facebook at Khaeem Film Director on Facebook. And I also post on backstage.com. I always post on backstage.com.
Gotcha. Thank you. Shout out to, is it Naya or Nia? I don't want to butcher your name.
It's Naya.
Naya. Shout out to Naya Davis. Sweet Friday. We are looking forward to it. Thank you for tapping in. Yeah. All right. Khaeem Yisrael, everyone. Thank you so much. We really enjoyed your presence. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
October.
And I'm serious. I want you guys to come out.
Oh, yeah.
We're coming.
Yeah.
October.
We're here in Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thank you so much. Great interview. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. You all be blessed.
All right, you too.
All right, family. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back. We'll be back with more Real Life.
Okay.
Hip hop. Lauren Edwards says, great interview. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lauren. All right. We'll be right back. Yeah, I'm really not playing. I'll put that on my calendar because I would love to do some.
No, now we can go as a group as Real Live.
Mhm.
So that's something that we must do. So
Absolutely.
make sure that we have the date,
Right.
and
Yep.
Yeah.
because that's not only helping him, but that's also elevating us as well. So
So I need a cameraman now. So I don't know if one of you ladies want to hold the camera or after the applications so that we can get these interviews done for the run.
well, we can get together where we can find
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
proper things that we need to have, that we all, not just one person, we all going to do this together. So we can, hey,
Yeah.
we gonna be the well, Siamese is that's just two. We're gonna be the
Yeah.
triplets. We're gonna be the triplets stuck together.
Triplets. We're gonna wear the same dress and be looking like Sweet Friday, like a girl group.
Yeah, yeah, but we're I mean,
We'll
that's
make it
great.
happen.
I know that's right. Yeah.
Great interview. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
All right,
And he was very nice and calm, and I like that though.
that's what I
Yeah.
love about the show. People are able to come on and feel comfortable. Like I think Law said, it's like sitting in the living room and talking to the ladies.
Mhm.
So I really love that. I love it. They can come on and be comfortable like that. It's a good thing. Yeah. All right. Well, let's bring on our next guest. We're going to be talking about some health and wellness, which is one of my favorite subjects. Our next guest is a true Renaissance man whose diverse talents and passions have touched many lives. His name is Clifford Sykes. He's a former educator. Again, educator night. Also a band director. He was my high school band director, who now creates engaging digital content focused on the benefits of juicing. And his journey doesn't stop there. He's also a stage actor, community leader, and a proponent of Black history. Clifford holds a BA in music education and a BS in mass communication from Lincoln University, an MA in music education from the University of Wisconsin, and has pursued a PhD in ethnomusicology, which is African American musics, from the University of Pittsburgh, studying under the renowned scholars including Nigerian chief Fela Sowande and Dr. Kwabena Nikita of Ghana. He has a 40-year career in education. He served in numerous roles in the public schools of Missouri and Michigan, including band director, department head, and lead teacher for fine arts. His concert, jazz, marching bands have traveled extensively. I know when I was in the band, we went down to New Orleans and we were in the Mardi Gras parade. Too young for that experience, but we had a ball. It was fun.
Mardi Gras, something else. Whoa, Mardi Gras, something else.
Oh, we had a great time.
They do that for the whole month of February.
Oh yeah. But he's won numerous awards through his directorship. He's also contributed to curriculum development and co-taught in South Africa through fellowships from Teach with Africa and Global Teachers Institute. So beyond education, Clifford is an experienced thespian, having acted in numerous stage plays and movies. He's involved in one currently, but including appearances in Real Steel and Oz the Great and Powerful. He's deeply involved in his community as a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, treasurer for the Association of the Study of African Life and History, and a charter member of his community block club in Flint, Michigan. He also teaches music and theater classes at New McCree Theater. Clifford's passions span music, photography, videography, and a love for knowledge, African and world history, documentaries, and the power of music. We are honored to have such an accomplished brother here tonight. Please welcome Clifford Sykes to the show.
Yay! What an amazing introduction. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, you're so accomplished. We're just going to choose one subject tonight. We're going to talk about juicing, but we can have you on so many times to talk about so many other things. Yeah,
absolutely. And I enjoyed that interview with Khaeem as well.
Yeah.
We have a lot of things in common. He was speaking about just some average kids in Atlanta all of a sudden becoming stars and going on. And Detroit did the same thing with Motown. took kids from the projects and made them stars and changed music all over the world.
Sure
Sure
did. Yeah.
And an era that's still so prevalent to the day, you know? People still talk about those days, you know? My mother would tell stories. So, I mean, and not to take away, but during that time and era, that was just, it was just a good time. Music just made you.
Absolutely.
And to this day, those roots are still grounded. When I hear music, it does something to the soul. It just, we'll be talking years with me talking, but keep going. Go ahead.
So Janice Davis says, hello, fellow Lincolnite. I wanted to shout her out.
Tell Janice I said hello.
She hears you. She's listening
we were classmates.
Oh, wonderful. Welcome, Janice, to the show. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
And listen, before we get too far off, let me say to Nancy and Mick, you cannot imagine the joy that I'm feeling being interviewed by one of my former students.
Oh,
Hunni, she's a sweetheart too.
Yeah.
It is an honor. I hope I do you justice.
Oh, listen, for sure.
Yeah. So as an educator, we did mention that. Has it influenced the way you create and present your digital content? Meaning when you do your videos and you talk about the benefits of juicing and even give recipes and things like that. The way you present it, has it come from your experience as an educator?
Well, you know, I guess, of course, you know, they say teachers never retire. We just find another classroom somewhere.
Yeah.
But, it actually started, I wasn't looking to be an internet phenom or get 1,000 followers or anything. I was really just taking care of my own health, mentioned it to a couple of people, and they said, oh yeah, tell me more. Because people are concerned with their health, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But I was just juicing for my own personal benefit. I fast occasionally, and that's a good way to start. You start by eating fruit for a couple of days, then juice, then water, what have you, and then reverse it. And then once you do that, it's easy not to go back to eating a lot of heavy food.
What first sparked your interest in juicing? When did you first start getting into it?
Wow. Years ago, I started by fasting.
Okay.
And looking for a way to ease into fasting and then to ease out of it. Because fasting, of course, you do for physical, mental, and spiritual cleanliness and sharpness of mind. It opens your mind, absolutely. And then you don't want to come back off of a fast eating heavy food. So juicing was a good way for me to do that. And then once I started, I'm like, wow, if I have a good serving of juice in the morning, I'm full of energy. I don't get tired or hungry during the day. And it really is an enlightening way to improve your health. And weight just drops off me. Everybody doesn't have that easily, but it just drops off me when I fast and when I juice.
Now you're talking my language. I need to drop some stuff. We need to drop some stuff. So I might have to try that. But I've noticed though that men lose weight easier than women. Not sure why. There's a difference.
Well, you know, you all have a lot of things to do that men don't do. Number one being that you're able to bear children.
Sure.
Bring life into the world. And that's an amazing subject within itself when you really get down into it. But you know, we're different. We just have totally different metabolisms, weight, eating, gaining, you know, all of that. So
let's talk about some of the misconceptions. I have one. I always thought that with juicing, you're missing out on some of the other parts of the fruit and vegetables that you may need. Such as misconception. Clear that up for me as well as the rest of the audience.
Here's a good question. Where do people get most of their protein from?
Meat?
Meat.
Which particularly which animals?
Oh, I guess
Beef.
Beef, right?
Yeah.
Which is cows, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now hang on to your seats now.
Okay.
Where do cows get their protein?
Grass.
Grass.
They're vegetarians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest and strongest animals on planet Earth are all vegetarians.
Yes.
Rhinoceros,
Mm-hmm.
elephants, hippos, silverback gorillas.
Yeah.
Yes, I was getting ready to say that.
Fruits and vegetables.
Fruits and berries.
Right.
Right.
All of them. And we can learn from that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's a terrible misconception. And you can get protein from many different places other than meat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
What are the benefits of extracting the juice and not worrying about the pulp or anything else that's in the fruit or the vegetable?
Well, a good question, because really, if you juice and extract a specific fruit or vegetable, I'm thinking specifically carrots, and you can use the pulp to make carrot bread.
Yes.
You can spread it on salads.
Mm.
Same thing with zucchini squash. You can make I used to make zucchini bread all the time. It was delicious. You know, from the pulp and from the scraps of the zucchini. And if you mix different ones, you can use it as a salad, either cold or hot or warm. Yeah, so you know, I always wash and clean and cut my fruit and vegetables at night, so in the next morning I can just juice and hit the road, you know, and clean up when I come back if I don't have time. But and once you get into it, like anything else, it becomes habit. It becomes easy. You can plan around it, and it's about taking care of your health. You know, we as Black people have the highest rates of cancer, the highest rates of hypertension, the highest rates of all kinds of sicknesses. It is 90% of our medical problems are directly related to our diet.
True.
Mm-hmm. I believe that.
If you want to improve your health, change your diet.
Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you choose which juice you're going to have for that particular day? Does it depend on your needs or cravings?
Depends on me opening the refrigerator door.
I got you. All right, so what's your favorite then? What's your favorite juice?
Oh wow.
Blend.
Fruits. Guava, you know, mango, grapes, watermelon.
Mango.
Watermelon, you know, just all of it. I love fruit. And I have done it, as a matter of fact. The last month, while we were producing this play here in Flint, we were doing Sincerely, the story of Harvey and the Moonglows. And Harvey Fuqua was one of the early writers of Motown. But he had started a group. Marvin Gaye sang with him before he left DC to come to Detroit.
Yeah.
And so anyway, during that whole month, I didn't eat any solid food. Kept my energy up, kept me, because I did a lot of singing as one of the Moonglows and as Edwin Starr. I did 25 miles to go, girl. So, you know, that kept my energy up. I didn't get tired. And the interesting thing is, in the production, some of the older brothers, they were having trouble breathing hard, running up and down stairs, changing. We had a lot of costume changes, and brothers, and some of them had, you know, some extended guts.
Yeah.
You know, and there it is. Yeah. You know, they were looking at me like, man, you're not tired? You're not sweating? I'm like, no, because I'm not eating.
Yeah.
You know, I was juicing, and if I get hungry during the day, grab an apple or an orange or a handful of grapes or something.
Yeah,
have to take care of our health.
Absolutely. What's a great way for beginners to start if we want to kind of transition into juicing? What would you recommend?
Start with eating fruit. If you can,
I
just
eat a
try
lot of
one day and eat nothing but fruit. Apples, oranges, grapes,
Good.
you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Favorite fruit, mangoes, papaya, you know, any, just fruit. And if you can, get organic fruit.
Right.
We in Detroit, my dear friend and brother Malik Yakini just opened the Detroit People's Food Co-op, which they built from the ground up.
Yes.
An amazing place. And I will drive 60 miles to Detroit to shop there because we have to support our own, which ties into that whole African American history and culture piece.
Yeah, I saw you post about that today. It looks great.
It is an amazing
place. Detroit, I'm definitely going to check it out.
And one of the few places that you can get seeded grapes and watermelons.
Talk about it. And you know what? That's why I stopped eating grapes because everything in the grocery store was seedless. And I'm like,
exactly.
It's seedless. How is it reproducing itself? How are you replanting this? You know, it's not real fruit.
Absolutely.
In my opinion. So it's so challenging to find seeded grapes now.
How can something that comes from seeds reach its adulthood, reach its growth without any seeds?
Right.
Because it's genetically engineered to eliminate the seeds.
Yeah. That's right.
You know, and grapes as well.
Yeah.
You know, and if you don't think it's a systematic thing, just check around. Like you were saying, you can't find seeded grapes in DC. We can't find them in Detroit or Flint because people have stopped carrying them.
Right. That's right.
Listen, there's another situation. When I was in South Africa, one of my co-workers told me, and then I later read about it. Monsanto has almost taken the world, getting all of their seeds. The world has to use, in Kenya, if you planted some corn and in the fall you harvested the corn and then you wanted to give some of those seeds to your neighbor, you could be fined in Kenya up to $2,000 and go to jail for 2 years.
That's right. That's how they
Can you imagine? Just for sharing your seeds with your neighbor, with your relatives.
Right.
This is in Kenya?
This was in Kenya, yes.
Yes. Because it doesn't have that Monsanto patent on it, and they don't want people to have those. They only want the patented Monsanto seeds.
Absolutely.
I don't know what's going on with the heirloom seeds right now. Are those still available, or are those hard to get as well?
You gotta look hard and high and low to find.
Yeah.
You might want to email Malik Yakini because he who built the Detroit People's Food Co-op.
Yeah.
Listen, and I would tell anytime I speak to students, what do you want to do when you become professional? I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a professional. I want to be a psychiatrist. I'm like, okay, that's all great. We need all those things. But if you all become those things, who's going to feed you? Where are you going to get your food? Who's going to teach your children? You see? So we have to learn how to feed ourselves. If we don't, you know, we're back into slave mentality.
Yeah. Mick Fabulous, you had a question?
Well, for one, I'm here in Detroit, so I will go to the Detroit's People Co-op.
Yeah, Woodward and Euclid.
Yeah, I know. Well, I know exactly where that is. Yeah, it's right down by the medical center.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm going to check that out. Now, when you were talking about juicing and things like that and the pulp, can you do soups out of that?
Absolutely. With in the mornings, sometime recently, when I'll juice, like I love this lacinato kale. Most kale is bunches, you know, small round bunches. But lacinato kale has long green leaves, and it's real crinkly, real knobbly, but it is absolutely delicious. So I will either juice it in the morning and sometimes cook it in the evening. I had some earlier this evening, but kale, carrots, celery, cucumbers, and so it's a mix of green and orange and different colors. And remember, the darker the fruit, the more melanin, the better it is for you.
Okay.
But I would take a couple of handfuls of that, add some hot water, and maybe a couple of little spices, and you got a delicious soup.
So can you recommend a good juicer for us being beginners?
Absolutely. Just I'm skeptical about brand names.
Sure. They cut you no check.
Hey, you might were you in band with Heather
Gonzalez? Oh no, Heather.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
I think so.
We had this discussion once about brand names, and I'm always like saying, why would you spend $500 for some tennis shoes that cost $250 to make?
Yeah.
Right.
So I suggested, I said, look, why don't you get a nice jacket and engrave your name on it or have your name on it? And Heather did that. About a few days later, she came in with a jacket on with cane wear. I said,
wow.
I said, see, there you go. It's amazing to me. It literally costs $2 to make a pair of tennis shoes from the rubber off the tree in Southeast Asia to the time you see them sitting on the shelf in the store. It costs about $2. Mm. And when people pay $600, $700, $800, I'm like, I don't, But anyway, the juicers, just look at your budget.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean the budget, but I mean, what do you look for in a juicer? So should it have? I don't know. I've never had a juicer. That's what I'm saying. Which would be able to do.
First of all, differentiate a juicer from a blender.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right.
Get a juicer. Probably usually the best are cold press juicers.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're pretty much the same. They have a basket. They spin at a very high rate. They have a little basket inside that separates the pulp from the juice. Pulp goes into a catcher at the back. Juice comes out of a spigot in the front. They're pretty much all the same.
Okay. Because they have so many and you standing there going, okay, so which one? And especially if you've never juiced, I wouldn't know just to go and just grab it just because it say juicer. That's why I wanted just to know what I need to look for, not particularly the name, but just the components of it to make sure that I get the correct things that I'm supposed to get out of it.
A motor that's 1,500 RPMs.
Okay.
But that's pretty much it, because they're basically a motor with a basket that separates the pulp from the and you want to look at maybe the size of the chute where you put your fruit in. Some are larger than others.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I will cut up a couple of apples, cut up cucumbers. Now I can put a whole cucumber in mine, but I don't. I usually will cut it in 2 or 3 pieces, cut an apple quarters, just so that they fit down the chute, and they have a little plunger that you push down to push the fruit in. They're pretty much all the same.
Okay.
Now, if you look, you see prices go from like $79 up to $300 or $400, $500.
Yeah.
So that's why I just look at your budget. How much do you want to spend? Somewhere in the middle in there.
But you can buy one for $500 and it still won't work. I mean, you want to make sure I'm looking for the right component. So something from 12 to 15 RPMs, and make sure the size of the
size of the chute where you put the fruit in
is pretty good. So do you do So you mm, you do the seeds, because they were showing, I saw it on Instagram where they did the watermelon rind, and they juiced the seeds. And we had someone on that was saying that that's the best. You're getting the most nutrients out of all of those things opposed to just drinking watermelon juice.
Absolutely. You just you will you wash your watermelon rind, really all of your fruit, with a good fruit wash, or you can soak it for 5 or 6 minutes in the sink with some baking soda.
Okay.
Soak apples. I put everything in the sink, even the greens, in a sink with a cold water, and mix up some baking soda in there, because it helps to get rid of all the wax and all of anything else that may have been in shipping and sitting on the grocery store shelves. Wash your fruit, cut it in quarters, and juice it.
Okay.
Nancy,
well, I'm ready to do that. I surely am. I'm going to get me a juicer.
You'll be glad you did.
Yes, sir. And then, so when you fast, I know you were saying you fast. So how many days? Because I fasted. I've gained a little weight, and I need to cleanse. So I know I need to do. I normally do like a 3-day fast, and I'll do fasting and praying, and I do that for 3 days because the meditating, it helps my mind to help stimulate me to continue to fast, where I can just do that. So when I fast, I'll do maybe like from midnight to 4 in the afternoon. And then I'll eat something. So I can do that, get my juicer, and let that start me off. And once I cleanse myself, that should be some good fuel for me to go on for.
Listen,
Okay.
one of my teachers told me years ago, if you want clarity on any issue, go on a 3-day fast.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's true. Yeah.
If you want clarity on any issue, go on a 3-day fast. And actually, he said a little deeper than that, which I won't do on this public. It's a little deeper than that.
Yeah.
Because we are spiritual beings having a human experience.
Yeah.
Well, stay on after we finish so you can give it to us.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, fasting, so many things I've learned about fasting. One, that each day you fast, and I've heard different versions, but adds time onto your lifespan.
Okay. Yeah.
Just meditate on that for a minute.
Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, but fasting is really, really good for you. And like I said, these 3 weeks that we did this play, we had a lot of costume changes, a lot of movement back and forth, a lot of energy on stage, dancing and singing. I never broke a sweat, and all of the brothers in the dressing room, they were worn out. I was like, why are y'all tired?
And they were probably a little younger than you as well, right?
All older.
All older. Okay.
All older.
Gotcha.
But it's what they've put into their machine that's clogged them up. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell me the difference too. So I don't do beef or pork, but I do chicken. I do chicken and I do turkey.
Now look, watch your turkey, because there are places where they have turkey breasts where it's written on the package, it is against the law to put additives, chemicals, or drugs in turkey. It's against the law, but you got to look for them. And I find them in Costco and Sam's, those solid turkey breasts.
Yeah.
But I've even cut back on turkey. I've been on basically fish for the last 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I do fish sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I go to the meat market and get my turkey, but they were doing it at one point where it would come in kind of fresh. Now they have like the frozen turkey breasts, and I have to get those cut up to do my turkey chops. So I will look and make sure when I look on the package of what it says.
And if you have a large city market, you might look for the Amish. See if they have an Amish counter.
Yeah. Well, I get my Amish. That's what I only get Amish chicken.
Exactly.
So I only do wings and breasts. So I get my Amish chicken, but I'll check that too. But we have the Eastern market, down in Detroit where you can get all of it.
That's specifically the one I was talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
When you go to the meat market all the way straight back, there's the Amish counter. Right.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
you.
I know Miss Nancy C had a question. Go ahead, Nancy.
It's a statement. And I'm gonna ask it to see if you agree with it. Africans were more healthy before they came over here because we didn't eat the same foods that they have over here for us. Our bodies, this is what I heard, our bodies are really not supposed to be eating all of this stuff that's over here in America. So do you agree with that?
Nancy, listen. Can we extend this for 2 more hours? Listen, let me tell you, 2018, when I was teaching for part of a semester in South Africa, I walked up, I had my little 1-room apartment that they provided for me. And so one day I was just chilling. I said, let me walk up to the plaza and get a couple of snacks, right? So I get up there and they got Lay's potato chips. I'm like, yeah, home, something from home. So I get a bag of Lay's potato chips, walk back to my little apartment. I'm sitting down, opening it, listening to some music. And I just turned it over and looked at it. And I looked at, now here in America, potato chips, good ones will say potatoes, oil, and salt.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah.
But I looked at this label and said potatoes, oil, salt, and silicon dioxide.
Huh?
What the heck? I picked up my phone and asked, what is silicon dioxide? Sand.
Wow.
Sand.
Eating sand.
So I'm like, okay. So listen, just start reading labels, ladies. Read the label on everything you expect to consume, from a candy bar to Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas, anything you purchase to consume, read the labels. You must. Most of what we eat in the U.S. has been banned in the rest of the world.
That's right.
Thanks. Oh my.
Thanks.
Most of, and that's why we're sick. Listen, I'm glad you asked that question.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know which of my videos I sent you, Keisha, but
yeah, it was only 4 seconds, so I was unable to.
Look at this. Everybody use regular toothpaste?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm calling you. Let's see. I'm looking at it backwards from here.
No, we got it. Yeah.
Okay, from right there, that little part, and I'll read it to you. It says, "Keep out of reach of children." Red flag. Why do you got to keep toothpaste away from children? You want to encourage them to brush their teeth.
Yeah.
If more than used for brushing is swallowed, call poison control immediately.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
Call poison.
So you would say juicing would help us to get rid of all of the toxins we've eaten over the years.
Well, I tell all my friends, you can't juice in the morning and then for lunch have a steak and potatoes and a double cheeseburger.
Right.
You know, so absolutely, you have to carefully, consistently read labels. If you can't pronounce it, don't know what it is,
Pick up the phone.
don't eat it, or either look it up and find out whether you can eat it or should eat it or not.
Yeah.
Telling
Mhm.
Yeah.
food in America is set up. A friend of mine I was talking to last week, he said he's having some serious medical problems, and his doctor said, well, you got to eat more beef and pork and chicken. And I said,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I haven't eaten beef, pork, and chicken for 30 some years. And my doctors always ask me, Mr. Sykes, how do you do it?
Yeah.
Don't tell him.
I tell them 2 years ago, I was climbing mountains in Peru. Last year, I was in the pyramids at the very apex of the Great Pyramid. And because they built some stairwells inside and some walk-ups that you can go inside. I went swimming in the Red Sea and deep sea diving in the Red Sea. You know, none of which, I should be doing, but I'm having a ball.
Yeah.
And that's what you should do.
It's just so much misinformation out there about what is healthy. I was watching a clip on Facebook. It happened to be Fox News, y'all. It came across my timeline. Don't judge me. And they were clowning. They were really clowning one of the candidates, Robert Kennedy.
Right.
Because he was talking about how he had parasites in his brain, and that's what actually caused his brain damage. That's not a real thing. How do you have parasites? And I'm sitting here thinking, I thought everyone knew that there are parasites in your body. And I said in the comment section, of course, they came from me. I said, why do you think people do cleanses and detoxes?
Absolutely.
To rid their bodies of parasites. But it amazes me how much misinformation is out there.
Especially if you eat meat on a regular basis.
Yes, they're there.
You're going to get some parasites.
Yes. So I said that to say, what are some good fruits and juices to make a juice out of in order to do a parasite cleanse?
One of the best is just lemon. Squeeze a lemon, or either juice it, a whole lemon or two.
Okay.
Hot water, and if you can find it, I'm sure you can. Look in the health food stores for Manuka honey. Manuka. Manuka honey. It's from bees from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Specifically has a lot of health and healing properties in this honey. And they found honey in Cheops's tomb that was over 2,000 years old, and it was still soluble.
Wow.
Wow.
Right. So
something.
Oh, no, I was just saying somebody understood something.
Right.
Put it in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I would drink I've been off my square for a minute, mentally too, but I would do honey, lemon, ginger, and turmeric. I would drink that every morning.
Absolutely. And if what did Janet Jackson used to say? If you're nasty, do half a teaspoon of turmeric in warm water. Not hot, but lukewarm. Froth it or stir it real good, because turmeric doesn't mix very well.
Yeah.
But drink that first thing in the morning on an empty stomach.
Okay.
I have
a half a teaspoon.
Right. In a cup.
What is it going to do?
Well, it's good for inflammation. Well, no, let him tell you.
Cleansing, balance your bloodstream. Turmeric is one of the most powerful supplements on the planet.
Do you get the whole turmeric and juice it, or what do you?
Either or. If you're juicing, you can throw a piece in and a piece of ginger. I've done that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's delicious. Okay. Or I found some organic, some whole turmeric capsules. Okay. And I'll just empty 2 of those in a teaspoon.
Gotcha.
I do the powder.
Right.
I do the powder. I get the powder, and I'll do a teaspoon of that with my lemon. But like I said, I've been knocked off my square, and I got to get back because
we all do.
I have the brain fog, in my eyes, and And then it's just been a lot on my head, and I've just knocked myself off square. I haven't exercised or anything. And Keisha and I were talking about that. I was like, the three of us, we can be accountable for each other and we can start back doing this. So,
if nothing else,
start with my fasting. Get that
early morning walks. Very good.
Walking. Now I get 2,000 steps in. I do.
Walking is better for your heart than jogging.
Really?
Yeah.
As well as depression. Right?
Because you can coordinate and you can time your breathing.
Right.
Suck in really a lot of air because oxygen fights all kinds of negative properties in your body.
Are you familiar with chlorophyll?
Yes.
You take that?
Yeah, I have on occasion. I'm not on it now. I get my chlorophyll from my lacinato kale.
Right, you do. Yeah, exactly.
It is extremely dark green.
Yes, yeah. And everything will be coming out too.
It's delicious. It is. I love it. Yeah.
I would take that supplement, and you were talking about oxygen. That's what made me think about it. But you actually feel the oxygen in your cells, entering your cells when you take that chlorophyll. It's amazing.
Absolutely. And the other thing I wanted to get to you is, and if you let me know later, I can type it up and send it to you.
Sure.
But you want to check on the pH level of foods and especially your drinks.
Okay.
The pH level. So here's I'll run these down to you real quick. Avocado is the highest with 15.6 pH.
Wow.
Garlic. So is that good or bad?
Oh, that's good. Because
because I eat avocados. I eat those.
What we want to do is make our bodies more alkaline as opposed to acidic.
Yeah. Okay.
More alkaline. So avocados are high in alkalinity. 15.6. Then next is garlic with 13.2. Pineapple 12.
I love pineapple. I'm on a roll. Okay.
What's the pineapple?
Pineapple 12.7.
Okay.
And if you mix pineapple and cucumber, that's a powerful combination.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Drink, juice it.
Okay.
Pineapple and cucumber. Then lemon, 9.9. Oranges, 9.2.
Okay.
Mango, 8.7.
Oh, I love mango. I got some in there now. Oh, yes.
Then, dandelions are really high. Now, I have a question about them because I thought avocado was the highest at 15, but somebody told me that dandelion is 22.
Oh,
yeah, that's
dandelion. I seen dandelion tea.
Yes, dandelion tea is very good, and I have a dandelion substitute for coffee. That's very good.
Okay.
Can I ask you something right quick?
Absolutely.
What about the lion's mane mushroom that they say that's good for the mind? What do you think? What do you think about that?
I cut some up yesterday with my green dish that I made. I had some lacinato kale, spinach, organic baby spinach, onion, garlic, and lion's mane, and a couple other mushrooms. Just cut it. Then I'm gonna have some after I get through talking to you this evening.
So you just, because they have a place is here in Detroit, and they say I could either get it at Whole Foods or they have a new place down in it's down by Wayne State.
Okay.
Somebody didn't see my mind. See, I need it.
I've been getting my lion's mane mushrooms. I get them at Whole Foods.
Okay. Well, this is a place that they just opened that has nothing but lion's mane mushrooms. They have them all. They just opened it up. It's down. Lord help my mind.
That's all right.
It's
Relax.
down by Wayne State.
Relax. You'll think of it in a minute.
So what?
I hate when I do that. Go ahead, Keisha.
About you were talking about the pH levels of the food, and you can really compare this to how when you're getting the alkaline water, and
Absolutely.
you're normally at maybe like a 7. You know,
Right.
7
Well, I find alkaline water at 9.5.
Yes.
Which is very good. That's the highest I've seen.
Yeah.
I think maybe one time somewhere I saw 10 point, but 9.5 is easy to get. You know, you find it everywhere.
But when you look at these foods, and I had no idea that the pH level, I'm sorry, is much higher than even that water. You know,
absolutely.
So I really learned.
Absolutely. So juicing is really much better for you, and of course you gotta balance it by cutting back on the other things that you know, like meat. You know, a lot of junk food. You know, I even look for healthy snacks. You know,
I try to.
Mostly for me, nuts. And again, Mick, I go to Eastern Market. You know, at what is it, Rocky's Nut House, right there across from shed number 5, I think, at Eastern Market.
Down at Eastern Market. Yeah, Rockies. Yeah. And it's Cass Corridor. It's Cass Corridor.
Right.
They just opened a new place down in Cass Corridor that has all of the mushrooms. So I'm going to go.
I told you
and
in a minute.
Yes, yeah. And you know what? That's a technique, because if I take my time and calm down, I'd be because I couldn't remember and I get all twisted. Yeah. But that was an exercise. Calm down and it'll come. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. Can you give us, before you go, one really good recipe that we can try? You know, the first one that we can try just to get into juicing.
Pick your 3 favorite fruits.
Okay.
Your 3 favorite fruits.
Okay.
And then another one is, like I said earlier, cucumber and pineapple.
Yeah.
That is an amazing combination. And then do that cucumber and pineapple, juice them, and then top it off by eating an avocado.
Okay.
And your avocado, sprinkle lime juice on it, because lime, I think, is actually a point or 2 higher than lemon.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
awesome.
Yeah, take care of your health. You have to.
Absolutely.
Because you know what they say, how's you have $1 million and if you're too sick to spend it.
Right. Right. Yeah. I'm encouraging our listeners and our viewers to follow you on Facebook and also on YouTube to get those recipes, because that's where you talk about juicing on a regular basis and show the videos of and what you put in it, that kind of thing. So
well, I usually do. I think if you say that other one didn't get to you, I'll send it to you again. And if you all send me your or Keisha, send me everybody's email.
Sure. Yeah, I'll post it on the page, but the one that you sent was only 4 seconds long.
Okay. You know, and I know I started one and something was happening and I stopped, and then the one after that was the one I was trying to send you.
Yeah.
Because it was about 4 minutes. Yeah. Oh, listen. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot. Ladies, other 2. I hope you can hear this. I need to play something for you before we go.
This
is going to tie this all in.
Okay.
And mine is going to be blown away with this. Okay. So listen to this.
My name is Francis Walker, senior Pioneer Central class of 1989. My name is Keisha Carroll, Pioneer Central senior class of 1989. Our drum over here, Mr. Henry Alton Walker, Senior, Panic Central Class of 1989. And on the keyboards, we have Mr. Clifford Sykes, Director of the Mighty Marching Chiefs Band at Panic Central. Crack is the #1 problem that we've created. Alcohol runs second, no one's trying to terminate it. The third problem deals with us young men and ladies. Instead of trying to learn, we got
babies, having babies.
Just say no.
Just say no.
Just say no.
Just say no. Just say no.
Keisha.
Just say no is the topic of discussion. These fresh rhymes for you, I will be busting. When you say the word crack, you don't get jack. It's a little white ball that's nothing but crack. Just say no. Just say no. Say no. You see, people get drunk drinking all them 40s. They drive, take lies, and get caught by authorities. Alcohol is a disease, corrupting young minds. It impairs, despairs, and leaves you left behind. Just say no. Just say no. Just say no. You young girls having babies, boys leaving them in the cold. You're totally missing out on life as a whole. Get your education, make something of yourself. Cause without this, my friend, no future will unfold. Just say no. Just say no. Just say no. Just say no is the message we're relating to all young
last
people
verse,
whose minds are debating. To be an individual takes a strong personality. You make the right choice, creating your originality. Camping like you top dog, leader of the pack. You need to get busy cause the system is whack. Individualism is the way to go. So be your own person and just say no. Say no. Just say no.
That was good though.
He pulled the receipts out from 1989.
You see?
And
it's still relevant. It's still relevant to this day. Just say no. Yeah.
That's like what when you get time, pull out What's Going On by Marvin Gaye and listen to that.
Yeah.
Every word, it was released in 1971, and every single word is true today.
Yes.
And so
I listened to him. Yeah.
Keisha and her sister friend Francis, they were way ahead of the game back then.
Yeah.
And I recorded that.
That gave us an invitation to. We actually performed that with the drum and what other instruments? Live instruments,
drums, keyboard, and vibes. Right.
At the Say No to Drug rally.
Right.
Remember? I don't know if you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that came. I don't know what we were doing that day.
So now let me be interviewer.
Yes.
So, DC Hunni, what were you feeling when you heard that?
Oh man! First of all, I couldn't believe you pulled those receipts out from that long. But I shouldn't be surprised. Yeah. First of all, as you can see, I'm not a rapper.
Oh, you went on that one.
But yeah, we were ahead of our time, and we were always doing creative things like that. That's what I loved about being a student of Mr. Sykes. He was always getting us to push the envelope and to try new things, to do community work. A lot of the adults at that time were pushing us out in the community to do service and performances and things like that. And oh man, great memories. We also, I'm glad you didn't pull this receipt out, but we also made a movie. Remember the movie? So there was a classroom assignment, and we had to create films. And I did like this huge production instead of just a little simple film clip. It was so good that we re-recorded it, and it was played on public television.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to dig that one out too.
Yeah, we gotta dig that one out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. I gotta show this to Francis.
Yeah. And so I'm beginning to digitize my files. So when I get to that and put it on a CD, I'll send it to you.
Okay. Yeah. You sent it to me years ago. I think you have it. Yeah, we got to find that. It's hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Janice Davis says, "Thank you for a great interview."
Yeah.
Oh man, y'all had me. Oh, my makeup is all messed up now. So funny.
I said I really wanted to see your expression when I pulled that one out.
And I still remember some of the lyrics, which is crazy because that was what 30 years ago, something like that.
Yeah. Well, see, music is processed in the brain the same way language is.
Yeah.
That's why it's, one of my friends here in the theater in Flint was having trouble learning because he had a lot of lines in this play. And I said, Fred, treat it like a song because he's a phenomenal singer. Right? Like you all's homeboy, what's his name? The Rebirth of Marvin.
October London. October London.
Yeah.
Well, my friend here in Flint is the Rebirth of Smokey Robinson.
Oh,
so I can sing his knuckles off. And, so I told him, I said, Fred, just do it like you do a song, like you're memorizing a song. Got all of his dialogues good.
Let us know who may still be in the area, in the Flint area, how they can see the play and what days.
Well, we just put that play to bed.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Last Saturday. This past Saturday was the 25th was the last day. We do our plays for 3 weeks, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for 3 weeks. And so we did, this one was the last of this season. So we'll start a new season in the fall.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, thank you so much. We got our recipes. We have our high pH level foods, and we're going to get started.
Absolutely.
And we're going to go get our juicers.
Yep, we're going to get our juicers.
All 3 of us, right? We're going to do this together, right?
That's the first.
I don't hear you, Nancy. Hello? Don't cut the mic off. Don't cut that mic off. I hear. We'll say what? We're going to do this together.
If you're out there and you want to donate 3 juicers, inbox us.
Hey, listen, you might get with one of the companies because they may, want to sponsor them on your show.
Absolutely. We'll work on it. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right.
Clifford Sykes, everyone. Thank you so much. We enjoyed you.
Thank you for having me. Let's do it again sometime.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
we're going to do a recap after we start, maybe for a month. We'll do our 30 days and have you back so we can tell you what all we've accomplished.
Well, let's do something with Black History, but more than anything, just
say no.
No.
Just say no.
The moral of the story that we are discussing.
Just say no.
Hey, Kelsey, what's up, good brother? How you doing?
What's up, Kelsey? You see him clowning me.
Yeah.
Kelsey was the co-star in that movie I was telling you about.
Which one?
He was in the movie that I wrote.
Kelsey was.
He was. Yeah, it was Francis, Kelsey. I think Kelsey was beating Francis up or something like that.
Hey, Kelsey, find the movie and share it with us.
Find a movie, Kelsey. It was for a homework assignment, and then we turned it into a movie afterward. Yeah. We'll find it for you guys. Yeah. All right, we're gonna let you go.
Peace and blessings.
All right, take care. Thank you so much. All right, what a good night we had, right?
That was a good one. He was supposed to tell us something after the show. God, he couldn't tell us. Remember?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll have him back on. Yeah.
Now I'm trying to think, what was it? It was it about the cold press? I don't know. It was something that he said he couldn't say on air. He had to tell us off air.
About energy, us being energetic beings. That's what it was.
Yeah. Okay. Keep it. Well, you remember it.
Yeah.
Until I can take my juices and my memory bank start working again.
I hear you. All right, family. That's all we have for today. Shout out to everyone that tapped in today. We had a lot of listeners, and we thank you. Just want to shout out a couple names: Greg Akil, Miss Rosie tapped in today. So,
Miss Rosie.
Thank you, Sophia, for your comments as well. Lauren Edwards, Marnisha Sanders, and Nia Davis, who's also starring in that Sweet Friday movie that's coming up. I don't know if I said Janice Davis, but thank you as well. And I don't see who's on you guys' page, but do you want to shout anybody out real quick?
I didn't even go. I haven't. Girl, I've been so indulged in this conversation. I don't even know who may have been on, but anyone that was on my page that was on, I appreciate you. Thank you. And keep supporting us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think I named everyone who was on my page. And Kelsey West, of course, thank you for tapping in. Yeah. Also,
hey, Kelsey.
And Lisa Marie. Thank you. Kelsey's a regular. He's a regular. We appreciate you. All right. We got a good week coming up next week as well. So make sure that you are following regular.
It was 69 plays, but I'll go back through it. So I guess 69 people came on and seen it. So that was cool.
Wonderful. Yep. Make sure you're following the page. Subscribe to our YouTube. There's our YouTube page right there. The Onyx Network is at Ton Broadcasting on YouTube. And we are simply the Onyx Network on Facebook. Hit us with a follow. We appreciate it. We're building our numbers. Next week, we have Uncle P tapping in, who is a big name in hip-hop, the hip-hop arena in Detroit. We're excited to talk about him, as well as Tim Campbell on the 6th. Musician, singer Tim Campbell, who has a wonderful, wonderful voice. So we're excited to have him on as well. And that is our show for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Any closing words, ladies? Nope.
Just say no.
Oh my God. He pulled out the receipts on me, I tell you.
Great show, ladies. Great show.
All right, y'all. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in.